it seems like they're going to be willing to roll the dice here and accept the chance of Paul George leaving after a year. But if that gets them, Russell Westbrook to re-sign into the fold, it may be worth it, and they become a more serious contender in the Western Conference. Really stunning. We did not hear Oklahoma City.
YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, everybody that's jumping in here, watching this live stream and speaking for the guys who watch it afterwards. Paul George has been officially traded to the Thunder. To the Thunder. Wow. What the hell did they trade? I'm trying to pull up the details for y'all now, man. I'm on a computer. I've been sitting on my iPad over the last 2 hours just watching these signings and these people committing, you know, to signings at 12:01 because I'm doing a frenzy at 12:01. And wow, this one caught me off guard. I mean, way off guard. Paul George is traded to the Thunder, my man. To the Thunder. Oh, Nate, move. Out the way. Dog done turned my damn TV off. Only 2 players. I'm looking it up now, man. Wow. And that's all you see across motherfucking Twitter right now is wow. Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis. Wow. That's all it took to get Paul George?
That's not a very impressive haul for Paul George. I think that's indicative of the fact that the Pacers didn't have a lot of great offers.
Let's talk about the Thunder locker room and really more the
out of all places though, the Thunder, the last place I would have thought of, they traded him to the Thunder. That's the thing about these franchises, man. They got the option to trade you and have you go somewhere whether you want to go there or not in these type of situations, man. I'm not gonna say it's a good trade because, like I said, man, Paul George is an alpha male, dude. You know, he'll have one of them two will have to take the back seat, and you already know Russell Westbrook ain't taking the back seat. He proved that already with Durant. So it'll be interesting to see how this go.
In a proactive way here to try to impress Russell Westbrook. You look at their team.
Yeah.
Now, they still have
that's wow, bro.
They still have,
yeah, man. I'm
there are a lot of people that
just scrolling Twitter, man.
Who is beginning
yeah, it's nasty on paper, but how they coexist, that's gonna be that's key. How they coexist.
And Russell Westbrook and another guy, Inez Cantor, that makes 17.
Yeah, I've seen the teams that's interested in Zach Randolph.
More relevant. They were the 6th seed in the West last year. They want to move up. They want to become more competitive. They want to show Russell Westbrook that they're going to, to pull out all the stops. And this is
wow.
This is just a stunning trade. We really didn't think that Oklahoma City was in it, and we didn't think that they had the assets to pull this off. And
I mean, the frenzy ain't even started yet, and look what's happening, man. Wait till 12:01 hit.
He realized what Westbrook were. Right after he won the MVP on Monday night, he got asked a question about signing the extension.
Victor Oladipo and Sabonis,
which was understandable, but certainly worrisome. And they've certainly
as far as players, I don't know if they gave a draft pick or not.
And so this is pushing your chips all into the table. You wonder what they could have done if they tried to do
that. Is nasty, man. That's you talking about a 1-2 knock your ass out punch right there.
He's learning from the mistake, not being bold enough. I mean, it's
hell yeah. You took Paul George from the Eastern Conference. Shit.
I'm really surprised this is the
that's another obstacle out the way.
This is the only thing the Pacers got for him.
The West just getting stronger and stronger, man. And the man, it's just gonna be a landslide.
That's our Brian Windhorst.
It already almost was this season past.
And
who is this fag-ass motherfucker right here?
And we are going to continue the conversation here with PJ Carlissimo. I mean, when we heard, hey, Paul George has just been traded in our ears, we said, I'm thinking, the Thunder were one of the last teams I'm thinking of. Your immediate reaction to this deal?
Great move for both reasons. What Wendy's talking about, if that's going to make a huge difference in terms of Russell signing, yeah, it's worth it for that reason alone. But come on, we're adding an excellent player.
He said the Nets making the playoffs.
47 games last year, okay, with Russell carrying them. So a great addition I'm anxious to hear who they gave up, though. I still want to hear who went the other way.
Either way, I mean, listen, Indiana had figured at some point we got to get something back for this.
Indiana, to me, that's your message right there. This was the best available. We had to do it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said the East is a cakewalk now, man.
Season that he had.
They're just making it easier for LeBron. That's the thing that's pissing me off. Last thing you need is an easy fucking route.
He's also going to help them significantly on the defensive end of the court.
Oladipo and Sabonis
can coexist. All right, you've seen them with USA basketball. They've been together. Of course, Paul had that horrible injury and couldn't continue it that year. But no, I think it's...
Man, not necessarily. KCP is the second option. They really going at the Otto Porter. They want Otto.
Are you ready to step up?
KCP is the second option.
This does put them in the mix.
Otto Porter shot 43% from 3, and he went to the playoffs. They going at the Otto.
In the fold to complement two of the best players in the NBA. I mean, you got two potential all first team NBA players right there. Where does this move Oklahoma City in the Western Conference rankings?
I think it gets them in the top 3.
Blake just signed it. He just re-signed a contract with the Clippers. Blake ain't going nowhere. Blake just signed a $173 million contract with the Clippers, 5-year extension.
It was an ugly ending, the San Antonio-Houston ending.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere, man.
It up a little bit. Certainly adding CP is significant.
I knew they was going to throw the money at him.
They're not going to stand pat with what they have right now. Again, the big proviso for me, I want to hear who moved out of there. Who is
I know Paul George like.
Paul George.
Oh, okay.
Paul George and Russell together. Certainly
I'm still going to L.A.
Like San Antonio, Clippers.
Yeah, Rubio traded to Utah. That's going to be interesting, man, because him and Gobert hate each other. So that'll be interesting.
If it right now is
shit, it's a one of those type of trades for me.
And Sabonis right now going to Indiana. You look on paper and you say, "Oh my God, the Thunder stole him away." But the big caveat is you got to keep Paul George, and who has said he would be very interested in going to Los Angeles, returning to California, and signing with the Lakers next offseason. Is Paul George the kind of guy that would stick around in Oklahoma City, based on what you know, to stay with the Thunder long term and play alongside Russell Westbrook?
I can't say that.
On the court, man, they almost got in fights a couple of times.
Oklahoma City for a little bit. He's gonna like Oklahoma City.
Hell no, the Pistons ain't getting no damn Melo.
Russell, and not that that's going to be a problem, but how good they are. Are they viable? I'll tell you this, Oklahoma City had no chance.
That's my point. Shit like this is the reason why, man. It ain't, dude, I'm telling you, it ain't nobody out there.
Let him play with us for a year.
There's nobody out there, man, that you signing from free agency that's going to replace him, dude. You got to fucking keep him.
Before they start this season.
You damn right, fuck Kevin Durant.
How much is he going to love L.A.? I mean, it's the city.
Yeah, I believe that's where he's going to end up, is in Boston. They was just on TV talking about how Boston can try to get Hayward to lure Paul George to Boston next year. But shit, if they have a good season with him and Westbrook, shit, he might not go nowhere.
They were not in the Paul George mix for this deal.
We got about 20 seconds here. I'm wondering, does ESPN have the Western Conference Finals next year? Because you think of the collection of stars in the West.
Yeah, they are.
You think about the collection of stars in Golden State and San Antonio, and now 2 in Oklahoma City.
Hey, man.
Houston.
That ain't the reason I don't like Durant for going to the Warriors. That ain't the reason. If that's the case, then shit, I don't know how people like LeBron James.
Everybody has a flashlight.
Or Ray Allen.
Can your flashlight do this? Or how about this? The Bell & Howell
Big baller brand.
Similar to flashlights used by elite military units, the Bell &
LeVar
Howell
Ball with his crazy ass, man.
Flashlight can do. It's so bright, it can be seen up to 2 nautical miles away. And if that something that goes bump in the night turns out to be someone, only a tag light has a super bright strobe.
Man, let me turn y'all back to this fucking computer before they copyright my ass.
Will stop working in sub-zero temperatures, but even getting frozen in a block.
Yeah, man. You right, Alex. What the fuck? Shit, I was nodding off and shit scrolling Twitter.
Even 200.
I seen that shit pop up. I thought it was a joke, and then I seen it again. I said, "Well, what? Wait a minute."
Try that with a regular flashlight.
Hey, Tom, I'm gonna tell you one more time, man. Shut the fuck up,
So you can feel safe
Tom.
in dark places at night, or just
I
have
don't
the right
play that
light
childish
for
ass
situations. And there's never been a better choice for camping.
Get the fuck out of my
fishing, or
stream.
hunting. What else? 5 preset modes. It's made of high-grade aircraft aluminum. The bulb lasts 100,000 hours. I mean, there's just nothing like it on the market today. But this offer won't last long, so here's how to get yours.
Tactical flashlights of this quality.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. They're talking about it on TV right now.
But Bell & Howell has slashed their price to just $19.99, and they'll even ship it to you free. Plus, every tack light comes with a lifetime guarantee. And that's not all. Order today and you can get a second tack light. Just pay a separate fee. You can get 2 Bell & Howell tack lights backed by a lifetime guarantee for
No,
the amazing
we do
price
not,
of just
man.
$19.99. And get
I don't even want to get to the rundown about the Pistons, man. I just want to talk about this trade because people, I don't understand these damn Pistons fans. No, Stan Van Gundy does not need to be traded. No, I don't want to get rid of KCP. We need to keep him. Last year was a fucking farce because of the fucking injuries. It was a joke last season. I want to see a healthy, complete team. I'm a Pistons fan.
Sunday Night Baseball, Nationals, Cardinals at 8 on ESPN.
Yeah, damn sure the biggest
This
steal.
loop's too loose. This belt fits just
Yeah, he went to the
right.
Thunder for real, my
Introducing
man.
The Comfort Click belt, the belt that fits every time.
He went to the
all
Thunder
time.
for real.
Traditional belts have a hole every inch, which make it hard to fit. Comfort Click
There you
belt
go,
doesn't
right there.
use holes. It uses a micro precision track system.
Andre is not getting traded,
Clicks For
dude.
a secure, comfortable fit. Comfort Click is constructed with genuine leather and clean, durable stitching, complete with a strong, brushed gunmetal finish. Just click for the most comfortable fit. The clever, quick.
I really don't understand these franchises, man. It almost seems scripted some fucking
Fit
times.
sizes up to 48 inches. So
You
it's the
just-
perfect fit for you.
I don't understand it. I'm gonna just give you a player just to make you better than my team. What type of sense do that fucking make?
Fit with Comfort Click.
Call 1-800.
Here, I'm gonna make your team better. That's so stupid.
Don't delay. Call or
Hell no, we don't want Valanciunas, man. You see what he did in the playoffs? Nothing. He was terrible in the playoffs, man. And hell no, we don't need Cousins, man. Y'all talking about Drummond can't stay on the court. This motherfucker ain't gonna be playing in the game. You know the fouls they give Detroit anyway.
Major developments here, 10 p.m. here on the East Coast. We're 2 hours away from free agency, but already some fireworks. He is Kevin Connors. I am Doug Kazarian. Paul George has been traded to a team we essentially have not heard at all rumored to be in the mix.
Man, Valanciunas is a bum, man. What the fuck?
George with the reigning league MVP. The news came down just a few minutes ago. Paul George now teaming up with Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma City, and we want to welcome in Stephen A. Smith right now. Boy, Stephen A.
Oh, they done put this loudmouth motherfucker on.
Oklahoma City, they
Oh, God.
in Kevin Durant. Now, this time of year,
Here we go with the
Paul George,
catfish,
your immediate
man.
Reaction to this trade.
Get your catfish ass out of my mother. Where the fuck out of here, man.
Credible general manager in Sam Presti. He's going to prepare for the future.
Goodbye.
They're gonna
with that catfish ass shit.
Russell Westbrook, but if this is just a one-year rental and Paul George,
That's what I just said, man. They just got finessed like a motherfucker.
and positioning themselves to do that. In the case of
Man, can't nobody stand this
you want to go
fucking.
deeper, who's no scrub, who can
Oh, God, football head, hairline ass.
From that standpoint, along with the young promising prospect, that's a bonus.
That motherfucker get further and further back every year.
But ultimately, you would expect more for Paul George. The problem is he really put the
Yeah, that's what I said, man. He probably really for sure finna go to L.A.
That he had every intentions of leaving Indiana because since everybody
Hey, it shit is, Nico.
leave after this year,
Shit.
Indiana was forced to have to make something happen now as opposed to waiting until the NBA's trading deadline or even
Reggie Bush, what?
to transpire. So they've been in a bond because of that, and I guess they felt this was the best they could do.
Stephen A. Golden State, obviously still the top dog in all the NBA. depending on what happens with their
And he always talking like he knows some shit, man. No, you don't know shit. This motherfucker been wrong for the last 7 years, if y'all know it or not. Stephen A. Smith been wrong predicting the fucking finals. Every fucking year he been wrong. And he be on TV talking loud, tough shit.
The NBA playoffs within the Western Conference. Again, if they're a 5th seed, they're playing a 4th seed. Anything could happen at that particular moment in time. But that's really all that I see. I don't view Oklahoma City as a powerhouse just because they have...
Yeah, man. He terrible.
Paul George. I think it's going to take a hell of a lot more than that to beat a San Antonio, to beat a Golden State Warriors.
Dude, Miles Turner is not the next coming, bro. He played pretty good in the playoffs.
Melo's trying to get there if he can't make something happen with Cleveland. So you have to take that into consideration.
Oh, that Jimmy Butler trade was a great trade for them. But I don't know about the other direction. You got a guy coming off an ACL tear. Valanciunas is pretty good during the season. That's the thing with the Raptors, period. They're a great season team. But in the playoffs, motherfuckers go missing. I don't know what the fuck be happening in the playoffs. They disappear. Especially Valanciunas.
With a player like Paul George, one of the better two-way players in the NBA.
Yeah, I was talking to Jimmy Buckets earlier, man. I called him.
Players in the NBA, but certainly he's not in the same stratosphere as Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I see Jeff Teague went to the Wolves. Yeah, going to the Wolves at 12-1.
All-star, but Kevin Durant is a superstar. There is just no denying.
Man, Rudy Gay, man, it's not the same Rudy Gay that I wanted a couple of years ago. That name rings a bell, but he ain't the same player.
Can really provide. So I don't compare Paul George to Kevin Durant. The other thing is that Paul George is a relatively mild.
I'm telling y'all where Melo going. Melo is going to Houston.
So Russell Westbrook is still that alpha male. He's not going to be playing.
Melo is going to the Rockets. If they go head on tonight and buy him out of his contract or something. Yeah, Melo going to the fucking Rockets, man. That's what I said. I don't know why the fuck you went and got Rubio, dude. Like, what? Yeah, and Rudy just tore his Achilles at the age he is. Hell no, I don't want no fucking Rudy Gay. No. Shit, no. I don't know how many times Stan Van Gundy done told y'all, Pistons fan, he not trading just to get any old body. It has to be somebody who immediately makes the team that much better. Not somebody who can make it a little bit better. No, somebody who's going to make a significant difference. And you ain't getting that this year out of fucking free agency. I'm sorry.
So if this doesn't work out, hell, I can move on. You just never know what the situation is going to be like right now. They are better.
These big-time players, man, they not coming to no fucking Pistons, bro. They contracts, the situation, they have to be traded. Or most of them is on a one-year rental. No.
What it does do, Stephen A., and this is a bigger picture question.
No, I don't want Dwayne Wade.
It adds another team into the mix of a very small group of teams.
I actually think Dwight Howard's about to have a great season, to be honest. I think Kemba Walker is about to make Dwight Howard half as good as what he used to be. To me, Dwight Howard just never really played with the right point guard.
The league is heading in right now. These mega stars on a small number of teams.
Ben, why would we get Ben with McLemore?
Because I'd rather see them all competing against one another as opposed to
why would we get the man? Ben McLemore is a bench talent, bro. There's no point in getting him. There's no point in getting Tim Hardaway Jr. because he is super streaky. Yeah, I was saying these dudes, man. The Cavs can have Wade.
We were talking about Boston trying to get Paul.
Yeah, I know, man. What a move.
San Antonio trying to get Paul George. Houston was in the mix to get Paul George.
Yeah, they need to retire. I wish they would, man.
Oklahoma City that appears to have ended up pulling off.
Love the Pistons draft pick.
From that perspective, the fact that a small
and he gonna shut a lot of fucking mouths in Detroit too. Nah, we don't need Cousins. Hell no, we don't need that trouble.
Maybe it's about management officials.
Shit, a couple of years back, you know, before the NBA started going butterscotch, hell yeah, I would have loved them. But now, since the NBA so fucking cupcake.
Keeping their job, and then you have others like Sam Presti who clearly try to do their job. That's the difference, and that's how you have to look at it.
Yeah, Sam Presti,
man, Stephen A. look like Ludacris, man.
The league ought to be interesting to see how this affects teams like Boston. You mentioned there. Stephen,
like he can be Ludacris' uncle or something, or older brother.
Paul George has averaged 23 points and over 1.5 steals per game over the past 2 seasons since that horrific leg injury. He is one of 3 players with those numbers during that span, along with a couple of MVPs, Steph and Russ.
Well, actually, when them two play each other, Drummond always win that battle between Cousins and Drummond. And Whiteside, he destroys Whiteside too. Cousins is more talented because he can step out and shoot a little bit farther, but that shot is still not consistent. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, stat wise.
All right, we're obviously having some technical difficulty with that, but really big news. The report is that Victor Oladipo and Sabonis are part of the trade going to Indiana, and Oladipo, of course, played at Indiana. Would be a. Let's bring in Brian Windhorst. So, Brian, we talked about this deal. We've had a little bit more time to digest it. What more can you add here?
Did you like that electric slide? I was doing that. That was pretty impressive, I thought. This is a look, guys. This is. I was trying to put this in context. This is a stunning deal as we've seen in the NBA, probably since Oklahoma City traded James Harden to the Rockets, where it just came completely out of the blue, which is an indication of how stealthily Sam Presti operates. Okay, so what we have here is we have a couple of things. The Thunder are recognizing that they're in a tenuous position with Russell Westbrook because even though they can offer him a $200 million extension tonight, they're concerned he's not going to sign it. And so to do this deal right now is an indication that they feel pressure for that. And the reason it's sort of a little bit of a trigger move is because
so you don't see it, you don't see that really number over there.
Player. We don't know whether he's going to extend, and we
that
know
one
this
is always
because
gone for some
look at what they were giving.
The one
Indiana.
on you talking about the one on Allen Road in Eureka?
You know, sort of had an okay year
That's
after
24
signing an $84 million extension. He wasn't what I would call a hot asset 12 hours ago. And then Sabonis, who had a decent rookie year, looks like he could be a future role player starter, but again, not that impressive of an asset. This is an indication that Indiana didn't have a lot of great offers here on the table for Paul George. And what I was really surprised about
this motherfucking
not even a measly second round
Porky the Pig neck ass motherfucker right here.
Indiana. So really shows that the marketplace was concerned that Paul George is going to play for 1 year wherever he was traded.
Dude, chin just sit on a bunch of neck fat.
So, a gamble by Sam Presti, a huge play for sure, but a big gamble on taking a chance on George. But I got to tell you,
y'all just desperate, man. Some of the names y'all throwing out here, man, y'all are really desperate for the Pistons to do something.
Devastating blow to the franchise.
I would hate for y'all to be my GM.
Entire roster to get it done. They still have Steven Adams and Inez Cantor under contract long term. Some other decent young players. Very fascinating move by the Thunder.
Yeah, Victor Oladipo scheduled to make $21 million in each of the next 4 seasons. You might remember they got Oladipo from Orlando.
Hey, y'all throwing some crazy ass names up here, man.
Transitioned a Serge Ibaka.
Terrence Ross, what the? Okay, man, I'm gonna kick your ass out here. You just doing shit on purpose. Nah, I wouldn't mind DJ Augustine back, man. To be honest, I like Ish, man, but he better than Ish.
Be that bad of a thing if the Thunder do in fact lose Oladipo next summer. So, Brian, we want to ask you to stand by just momentarily, and we'll get back to you in a moment. But this is big news, obviously, throughout the NBA.
Man, I'm telling you, man, I don't know. If they can coexist, he fuck around and not go to LA. If they can really make some noise, he'll fuck around and stay there. Hell yeah, Paul Pierce to the Pistons. Yeah, you're damn right. To the Pistons Big 3 league.
in the trade market.
For those of you expecting Golden Boy,
Paul Pierce,
ESPN,
Rasheed Wallace, and Kevin Garnett to the Big Three.
The main event between Oscar Negretes.
Y'all been watching that Big Three league, man?
We'll be seen on ESPN2 at 11 Eastern. But to Doug's point, the big news in the NBA is that Russell Westbrook now has a sidekick. As we welcome in those of you watching on ESPN2 as well, Kevin Connors, Doug Kazarian. The Oklahoma City Thunder have pulled off a major trade.
Yeah, since the Pistons bummy, you can find another stream, bitch. How about that? Blocked.
Yeah, another star.
Bummy that shit, bitch.
Western Conference, and now Paul George heading out west. For more, let's bring in Ramona Shelburne and Brian Windhorst. Ramona, you helped to break the story. You broke the story, rather. What details can you add to this?
That's basically the same player. Why would they take him? That's the same player.
Trying to go to Russell Westbrook tonight and saying, "Here's what."
Hey, shit. Hey. I know it's a lot of people in here that's new that don't know me, but I don't fucking play games with people, man. I will block your bitch ass and kick you right out of here. I'm not a nice YouTuber.
That's a big, massive.
I am not a nice YouTuber.
You know, his plan initially was to sit back and wait and see what they would do.
I'm dead serious, man. Ask my people that's in here that subscribe to my channel. I don't give a fuck what people think. I will block. What up, zombie? I will block the shit out of motherfucker.
He would extend or even commit there, but they're in a situation now where two guys, if they don't give.
I got that bitch be gone finger right here, and I hit block on the motherfucker quick.
A small market team, and you have everything on the line right now. You go for it. You take a big swing. And I got to be honest, the reaction I've got so far around the league is that's it. That's all Indiana got. Victor Oladipo and
oh, you can't hear the TV. Let me turn it up, son. Oh shit, where's my remote?
There was a sense with Boston that Boston's offer could have improved, especially if they were getting Gordon Hayward in free agent. If they end up getting Gordon Hayward.
Yep, that black finger right there. I'm telling you, man, I'll be tapping the shit out of it. Motherfuckers that crazy?
Well, that's sort of my next question.
Especially them catfish. I hate when motherfuckers come on here with pictures of fucking, oh, I appreciate that, Anthony. Pictures of women and shit, breasts and shit like that. Get your catfish ass out of my damn live stream. Let me go get my charger. I'll be back.
They may be standing there laughing at everybody and saying, we didn't rent these guys, we were smarter than you. But we've seen them let DeMarcus Cousins go. We've seen them let Jimmy Butler go. We've seen them let Paul George go. They had the assets to acquire any of the three. Now they're going to try to pitch Gordon Hayward in 48 hours. And if they don't land him, I don't know where it leaves them. It doesn't leave them really any stronger. And you know, you look at the Eastern Conference right now, the Cavs really wanted to get Paul George. They made a bunch of offers. They were never able to get traction. But if you're sitting there in Cleveland, you're seeing Jimmy Butler traded to the Western Conference, Paul George traded to the Western Conference. You're kind of saying, you know what? Okay, I mean, you know, we still have to climb the Warriors mountain, but our Eastern Conference just got a little bit easier. Not just because those guys are going west, because neither of them are going to Boston. So, really interesting choices by Boston here. They have their reasons. They're very well thought out. They want to keep their assets dry, but their salary cap space is going away. They have 3 or 4 very key players that are going to be free agents next year, and if they don't use their cap space on Gordon Hayward, it's possible Isaiah Thomas or Avery Bradley will come to the team and say, you can renegotiate and extend my contract right now. I'd like you to do that. And so I admire Boston's plan. Like I said, they may be right, but boy, are they letting, you know, just star players don't become available by trade very often. And so it's not like you can just wait on the next one next week.
And that's always been Danny Ainge's problem, man. Danny Ainge is a fucking idiot.
Yeah, it's just surprising
when it comes to
Boston, the Cavaliers,
free agency situations, man. He is a complete idiot, man. Him and Larry Bird is the most stupidest fucking GM when it comes to the free agency.
Lakers and you know teams that want Boston that were in the mix.
Bro, I would not screw her with a 10-foot pole, bro. She looked like a straight armadillo in the face.
Oklahoma City now has 1 year to convince him that he should stay there. So
it's on ESPN. This is channel, well, in Detroit, it's channel 257. I use the HD channel.
He could go there and win right away. In Cleveland, you worry that he'll go there and win with LeBron James. This spot, I don't know where you would play Oklahoma City, but they certainly improved.
Bro, let me tell you, look at all of them rolls and shit.
You know, Victor Oladipo is a guy who
like an
just
armadillo.
a big new contract, and I think he underachieved in the playoffs. And I remember that Sabonis, they tried to play him in a big role. He's obviously a young player. So,
oh, you ain't got cable zombie?
Well,
hit Twitter, man. Twitter is more live than this damn TV.
I don't think they mind getting off of that contract that they just paid a lot of money to.
Mrs. Puff.
Performed in the playoffs. For Oklahoma City, you're losing.
That's right, damn it. DV.
Since they just turned Serge Ibaka into Paul
Detroit
George.
versus everybody.
That's a home run for Oklahoma City, regardless of whether he stays or not.
Yeah, I mentioned it a little bit ago. So Oladipo signed for $21 million each of the next 4 years.
Hell, fuck yeah, that's it is.
So it's a rental that they gave up for Serge.
Bro, Randall, you just nasty, man.
We'll see if any of these teams are done. That
Miss
could be one big piece.
I just started a fucking roast session up in here, man.
The very latest, Paul George traded
what?
Oklahoma City.
No, yeah, you can when I give them to y'all.
Moving to the West, only one of the top 14 players in last year's NBA rank is in the Eastern Conference.
The Chin Trio. Wow.
And the rest of the
wow,
Nick. Now out west, because remember, Jimmy Butler was traded. From the
Why y'all going in on that lady like that, man? I should have never said nothing.
It is stacked out west, Doug. PJ Carlesimo back with us here. I mean, really, on a night where Oklahoma City appears to be the big winner, Cleveland's got
shit, hell no, we ain't lying. We watching it now.
It's an aggressive move.
If I put a video up, damn it, it is not a lie. I am sure.
From Sam's standpoint, and again, everybody keeps saying red.
As soon as I seen it on Wojnarowski's Twitter, man.
You get a chance to convince him. It is a good place to be. You or Doug just talked about it.
Hell yeah, I seen Joe Dumars on First Take, man. He dropped some knowledge.
I'm becoming a tax team right now because if they want to re-sign Robertson, who's a free agent, Taj Gibson is a free agent, so they're not done. Sam's going to want to put other players with them.
Yeah, that's what's getting on my nerves, man. The last thing LeBron James needs is a clear path to the finals again, bro. Oh, that makes me fucking sick, man.
They've had a better run and they've had more superstars than almost anybody.
I already feel like his whole career been aided.
Obviously, Kevin Love and Kyrie are on that. Well, they're pretty good. Cleveland's doing okay in the East. And Indiana, as much as everybody said,
bro, I just said one damn thing, man, and they ain't stopped fucking
what about all the other teams that could have
going on that lady or these people on TV yet?
So that was the deal.
Yeah, I ate it. Yeah, ate it.
Two young players, great players, no, but only
weak conferences he playing against.
Indiana, I don't think that's significant.
Yes, ate it. Weak conferences.
I like him. I think he's going to be a
help from other superstars.
Paul George was leaving. They had to get something.
How many of them games other people won besides him?
Is it a home run? No. But all these other teams that are saying it wasn't that good a deal. Well, guess what, guys? You don't have Paul George, so you didn't.
Ray Allen, they would have lost that series. The Spurs won that game if it wasn't for fucking Ray Allen and Chris Bosh with his fucking foul.
They want to wait till free agency. Well, maybe you want to be aggressive and you go get them.
The Spurs were supposed to win that damn series.
It's fascinating here, and you've got a very bright general manager in place there who decided to make this trade. Explain the dynamic, PJ, between trading a guy in the offseason versus in season when you get near the deadline, when teams might say, hey, we might be on the cusp,
appreciate
but
that.
We really might give a little bit more potentially to get better with a guy like Paul George. Explain what that dynamic is like.
Well, it's the comfort level.
Chris Bosh need to call it quits, man, and stop. Man, I swear Chris Bosh looked just like the Raptor fucking logo. He looked just like a Raptor, dude.
You got that dynamic for him being out on the court.
He is one of them guys that look like a fucking dinosaur.
They're only going to keep me. Now the clock is working against you. Everybody's, well, they have to do something as we come up to the trade deadline. If anything, well, somebody that wants him is going to give him, but why are they going to?
Oh man, Ray Lewis looked like a cat. I'm telling you, man, these dudes be looking crazy, man.
Paul George.
Yeah, I know he got blood clots. That's why I say he need to retire, man, and just leave that shit alone.
Now you're talking about renting him for what? A couple of months? And hopefully playoffs. Yeah, and you're saying, well, here's somebody with an injury or somebody you feel that he's going to get them over the hump at the very last minute.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Man, DeRozan do look like a lizard, bro.
If I was at LA, why would I?
Sam Cassell look like an alien, man.
I got news for you. You sweat the year. What else?
Now,
he's going to do right
tell me that Joel Anthony do not look like Alien, man. He looked just like Alien, man, from Alien vs. Predator. Joel, man, I'm telling you, dog. Joel Anthony looked just like that fucking Alien.
Or he says, no, I'm out of here. I'm going to L.A. I got news for you. He's there. What's the old expression? A bird in the hand. I like people who stepped up and did something.
Oh, well, shit, yeah, we call him. That's what we call him in the D. Period. We call him Bobby Shmurda. My wife call him Bobby Shmurda.
But I feel good about. At least I've got something. Got Miles Turner. He's got 3 good young players there.
Man, Sam Cassell looked like the back of a dude's balls, man. That's what Sam Cassell looked like in the face.
Most dynamic playmakers and
like a truffle.
Wow,
bro.
Maybe this is the start of something in Oklahoma City. They can sell him on staying there versus going.
Shit, it happened about 30 minutes ago, Chief.
Moving forward there. Good insight from PJ Carlissimo here on SportsCenter.
All right, just a reminder to our
they can be up there in the top 4. Definitely top 4 now. But you gotta watch out for them Rockets, bro.
So we'll check in on those guys.
I'd say it'll probably be.
We are continuing our NBA coverage right now. And for more
it'll probably be Golden State, the Spurs, the Rockets, and then OKC. There you go. Those are top 4. That's what I say right now.
Yeah,
because I still think the Spurs is about to get somebody, somehow.
That I've been told to keep an eye on is Rudy Gay. The Thunder are looking to secure meetings with him.
Hey, yeah, Tyler Redu kind of looks like Johnson.
Because they do lose Sabonis, who started.
Draymond, of course, looked like Donkey.
For the Thunder, they're also likely to lose Taj Gibson, who's an unrestricted free agent. He then took over for Sabonis as their starting power forward. So the Thunder are light at that position right now. And
yeah, because they're probably, man, it's like, what can they do, man? You know, they got to add heavy hitters over there.
Could see Rudy Gay slotting in as a stretch 4 and kind of
motherfuckers is trying to beat LeBron, not join him.
I've been told the Thunder are staying aggressive. They're looking to try to round out this team and build it around a core of Russell Westbrook.
When they had that nonsense going on about Paul George to the Cavs, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Paul George want to beat LeBron, not join him. Everybody ain't with that bandwagon jumping to team, super team shit.
Trading away James Harden. Then last summer, they lose Kevin Durant, and really, which was just a stars-aligned bad luck. For the
he gay. What'd he say?
Every team be able to sign a guy like Kevin Durant. Of course, he goes to the team that had the best regular season, 73 wins. So now here
if they don't make the playoffs, man, I'll blow that stadium up. Straight the fuck up.
We'll see what happens in free agency.
If they healthy and don't make the playoffs, if they healthy and don't make the playoffs,
look, Sam Presti is
I'm blowing that stadium. I do the life turn for blowing the stadium up.
Just rewind back to draft night a year ago, where he traded Serge Ibaka for Victor Oladipo, a lottery pick.
Rubio, why the hell do people like Rubio? Rubio is not good.
Gambler, he's a risk taker, and you know
he make a pretty pass every 2 or 3 games, man. Rubio is trash, man. Is trash. And he can't shoot.
They have been hunting for a second star to pair with Russell Westbrook.
That's like Ish Smith twice. Why would you want Rubio? He cannot shoot.
And right now, they're sitting there. They're about to try to open up conversations with Westbrook to sign a 5-year extension. And now Presti can walk into that conversation and say, I just got you Paul George. And that's Presti's mindset there. He doesn't want to have to...
And then on top of that, Rubio don't fucking even play a heel, man.
And that's his mindset.
You be lucky he play a whole season.
But the Thunder see it as they've got a
that motherfucker's made out of doctor's cotton.
He can meet their training staff. He can meet their chefs. He can get to know all the organization. He can play a year with the reigning MVP.
He said Curry is beautiful. Oh, God.
Now,
that's just, yeah, that's gay. That's just gay.
We hear so much, and these are just opinions that...
Yeah, man, it is, dude, the Rubio phase is done.
Factored into Kevin Durant's choice to leave and go to Golden State. Now you have another guy who's, top 15 in the league coming in here to play with Russell Westbrook. In terms of conversations behind closed doors, what's sort of the vibe and opinion of those that matter in OKC about that?
Zombie, what the hell is wrong with you, man?
Yeah, that's a great question, and that's something...
you need to fix his teeth, man. You too close.
Left for a myriad of reasons.
You
damn.
You talking about his teeth?
Well, you played with Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma City. You talk to a lot of people throughout the league, whether it's agents.
Blake is not going to OKC, bro. Blake already signed a 5-year extension.
There's also players that would
$173 million extension to the Clippers.
You know,
He is going nowhere.
There's certain types of players that just.
Drew Holiday is already going somewhere else.
We'll have to kind of wait and see how that dynamic necessarily fits. You know, there's a former Thunder player that often complained about playing with Westbrook, that it was difficult to play with him, but now he's the reigning MVP, and Westbrook is obviously co-signing this move wholeheartedly. He wanted more help. He wanted another star, and now he's got it.
Boogie is not going anywhere.
Pursuing this trade and other big names, because this is the first we've heard about it. So it really came out of left field.
Right.
What can you tell us about how this trade?
Yes. Well, not really, because Magic is, they wasn't never trying to get Paul George this year. Magic was trying to get Paul George when he become an unrestricted free agent. They was preparing for next year.
Kind of manifest itself where it was. Presti has long been infatuated with Jimmy Butler. That trade didn't necessarily come.
Yeah, he's only a rental, man.
That the Bulls got was probably better maybe than what the Thunder could offer. You look at this deal that they got tonight.
That's if they don't, if they good, shit. He'll fucking resign.
Our colleague tweeted that kind of illustrates the low trade value that Paul George really kind of was drawing, with everybody understanding that he's got eyes on Los Angeles and that it's going to take something to keep him. It might be only for a year rental. That's a risk that the Thunder were obviously willing to take.
Mellow to the Rockets, I'm telling you.
He just didn't want to sit back and walk into free agency without having something done. He tried.
And motherfuckers think Kyle Lowry leaving, man. He is not leaving. Kyle Lowry wanted some more money, bro.
When he sat down with a meeting with Kevin Durant, it didn't happen because Kevin Durant wouldn't commit. Now Presti's got Paul George before he talks to Russell Westbrook, which might make a difference.
This was a team that lost in the first round. Yes, had an exciting season, particularly with Russell
Westbrook.
Man,
please don't bring up Brandon Knight, man. That's my dog, man. I like Brandon Knight.
Warriors in their eyes now that Paul George is on board.
And I commend him for trying to at least block the shot instead of moving like a little bitch.
Pretty strong about the position that they're in. But look, the Warriors are a class above everybody in the NBA right now. They're a class above the East's best team that has the best player in the world.
Nah, we shouldn't have, man.
So I think right now where a lot of teams are looking at it, you know,
D-Rose to the Spurs. That's what you think?
This is an arms race. You're just trying to collect as much as you possibly can to be able to go up against a team like the Golden State Warriors. But right now,
man, hell no, Sam. What the hell?
If you can just get to that second best spot.
Man, he used to piss me off so much, them stupid ass fouls, man.
You can now attack other teams in the Western Conference, and you can be right there.
Yeah, you're right about that.
An injury, should they have to move a player? Maybe Andre Iguodala doesn't come back. He's meeting with other teams right now. If you can just get yourself in that conversation, that opens up a lot of possibilities and maybe puts you over the top.
That's what Bobby Bowden always said during the college football days. You don't have to be number one. You just got to get the number.
Hell no, I don't want to see Ilyasova no more, man.
Rationale approaching the
Ersan can stay where he's at.
Is the very latest from the Thunder as they just trade for Paul George. So certainly big news.
And Doug, we remind you that coming up in 1/2 hour on ESPN2, Oscar Negrete goes up against Sergio Frias. Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN, presented by Chicago. At 11 Eastern on ESPN2. Kevin Connors.
Him and Darko.
Well, Jeff Goodman just dropping something of a bombshell here on
man.
Thunder land Paul George. He's reporting that the Celtics offered Indiana 3 draft picks, Doug.
Shit, what up, LB?
Starters. One of them, Jay Crowder. The other one, you'd think would be Amir Johnson. I don't know if they're trading away.
Maybe Avery Bradley, though, too, because of
KD shook up the league.
He's going to be up next summer, if memory serves me right. But that's surprising because they got Oladipo.
Oh, the Tommy? Oh, man.
A stunner.
I just, man. Luigi the Tommy. He went back overseas, man.
Frank referred to Blake Griffin, and so LA made no bones about it. They trade away Chris Paul, but they agree to a 5-year, $173 million contract with Blake Griffin. A player Lawrence Frank said helped turn the Clippers.
Hey, I do that. I do that shit right now, Bravo.
Chris Paul, rather, in that regard.
I will do that right now. I wanted Thon Maker when during the draft.
They got it done for LA.
Well, look, they were willing to offer him that 5th year, and that was a
I did too. I thought the Tommy was gonna be like a Ginobili or something, man.
So many injuries.
Boy, was I wrong.
Years and securing his future there. for Steve Ballmer to do that and put his money there, and I believe Brian Windhorst talked about this earlier in the day. I don't know.
Yeah,
that all
Lure
of his
turned to
contract
straight
is
monkey shit,
insurable
man.
because of his injury history. So for Steve Ballmer to put his money where his mouth is, and I don't know what else you want to say his mouth, he really gyrates all over the place, right? It's not just his mouth.
Man,
I mean, for Steve Ballmer to do that,
I'm a firm believer in what Stan Van Gundy was saying, man. I don't think they really gonna do too much.
That's something
that's
all
eye
players are
popping
looking for now, but we talk about
because
it all
of
the
what's
time with
available
guys
out
like
there.
Carmelo Anthony who do have that no trade clause. That is very, very big for a player to get that.
If they do, man, I can see it being somebody like John Lure and Bullock or some shit in the package to get somebody or something like that.
I've been in LA my whole life.
That's about it.
This reminds me a lot of when the Los Angeles Lakers had another.
I honestly don't think he's gonna mess with the core.
Choose the younger guy over the older guy. In the Lakers case, it was Kobe Bryant over Shaquille O'Neal. In the Clippers case, it was Blake Griffin over Chris Paul.
Well, let's talk about what now, because Ramona, it's become a total.
Why you say Blake is retarded, man? Why Blake Griffin got to be retarded? Triple double chin. What the? Oh my God! Y'all still roasting this lady. I said one thing.
The Clippers have assets now, and you know they Patrick Beverly's not Chris Paul,
bro.
He's not.
It looked like she ain't never had a penis in her life.
Where else might they
like she
go
giving
here
it
now that they have Blake under contract?
Well, they have Blake, and then they have DeAndre Jordan for at least one more year.
She a stuffer, dude.
I think they're going to talk to him about an extension right now. I don't see why he would do that because he can make so much more money next year. But he also is very loyal to the franchise.
Let the roast session begin in this motherfucker, boy.
So I think he may think about that because he doesn't.
I'm telling you, armadillo neck ass.
Trade candidate because they go into free agency with him next year if he opts out. So that's another choice that they're going to have to make.
Joe, roly-poly water bug up under a rock looking ass.
David Aldridge reported earlier today that they have interest in Zach Randolph. That would be interesting for me because Zach Randolph actually was out here for a little while with Blake Griffin, I think in his rookie year. So they'll look for guys like that around the periphery. And they
like
they need some more help in the back.
I ain't about to go that far, man.
Next year. Patrick Beverly,
their neck cocky as fuck. Joe, uncircumcised neck looking ass out.
Stunning night here in the NBA with Ramona Shelburne, Kevin Connors, Doug Kazarian here in studio.
Cut that motherfucking foreskin off your neck. Go to the doctor, you uncircumcised motherfucker.
There are, 28 other teams in the league who've been working the phone lines themselves. Ramona, we want to get everybody up to speed on all that's going on.
And then this motherfucker looking like a... If y'all can see the real color on my TV, this motherfucker got too much makeup on with his fat ass.
What Oklahoma City just did and what it means for their pursuits. I mean, for Boston, which was waiting in the wings.
Motherfucker orange as shit.
We're 2 players away, not one.
Too much makeup,
the idea
man.
that they were in the catbird seed with Gordon Hayward and Paul George for the Lakers, who, they'd sort of been playing defense as a way of playing offense.
I probably got the only channel where we sit here and roast people on TV, bro.
They would have to defend against. Do they still feel as good about themselves? Because if they don't, maybe they go and look.
This is what I was raised off doing.
Taking meetings.
Spray tan. Yeah, that's what it looked like, a spray tan he got on.
They have about $17 million in cap space, so maybe they get involved there.
Hey man, don't say that name in here. That's a cuss word.
Over and over that cap space is sacred to them. So this is a gut check for the Lakers' new regime. Do you really sit back and trust that Paul George wants to be in LA, or do you watch what happens in Oklahoma City between him and Russell Westbrook if they play together this year?
Brian, how about for you? Who's
Brian, how about for you with your orange porky pig looking ass, man?
Tonight, whether it's a team or whether it's a player on a current team or a free agent, maybe someone along the lines of Gordon Hayward, who now all of a sudden has a few more options, right?
Well, I'll bet you right now that the Miami Heat and Pat Riley are retrofitting their presentation that they're going to make to Gordon Hayward tomorrow.
Oh, you say why I'm up late? Oh, I'm waiting for 12:01.
We have an opportunity to extend.
In 1 hour and 25 minutes, free agency begins, man. And if I'm not, if I do get off of here, I'll be coming back on live right before it starts. Because Twitter gonna start percolating like a motherfucker.
The weapons race, as Daryl Morey said.
12:01 at 12:01 midnight, free agency begins, and teams is already at people's houses waiting.
They have so many other options here.
They said somebody got a group of
Let's put that aside.
they brass and shit waiting to talk to him.
Out this regular season with Paul George.
You remember when Joe Dumars went and got Josh Smith?
Secondly,
1201, Joe Dumars' own Josh Smith ass, even though it was a terrible ass signing.
15 points a game, he was okay, but they signed him last fall at $21 million a year. You know, it doesn't look like such a good contract right now. So in a lot of ways, this could end up being a salary dump for them. And if they have to restart, even if Russell Westbrook leaves, they can do so.
Bro, Paul George do not want to play with LeBron James, man. He wants to stuff shit in his face and take the championship from him. Well, damn, he can't do that no more because he ain't got it no more. But yeah, he want to play against LeBron.
Free agency plans in the East. Really, even a team like the Knicks, you know, they go to free agents tonight. Certainly, you don't look at them as a significant player, but you know,
McChicken.
They can potentially appeal to some free agent point guards and say, "Hey, come here and." You know, maybe we can make the playoffs next year because of the East getting weaker. The Toronto Raptors, they're sitting there tonight trying to make decisions on 4 key free agents.
He traded them for cash.
So, you know, we may be able to get back to the conference finals if we bring back Kyle Lowry and Serge Ibaka. Even if
I'm glad they did. They need to do that shit with Lure. Trade this bitch ass for cash.
Eastern Conference.
Shit. Cash. You want some cash? I got John Lure and I got Reggie Bullock over here.
Is going to be to the Western Conference All-Star team.
Yeah, I know, man. Josh Smith over there playing basketball, getting paid from another franchise.
It's incredible. It's unbelievable, the collection of stars on a short number of teams in the West. And Brian, you made a fabulous point. I mean, can you imagine if Oklahoma City turns around and trades Paul George before the deadline for a better package than Indiana?
I'm just saying they have. Not only did they get a star, they bought what NBA executives refer to as optionality, which is a complex way of saying we can
why
go a lot of different
y'all
ways.
still on my man?
And they're not locked in here. And that's what's so amazing about this trade. Not only what they didn't give up, I mean, again,
dude, neck man.
And that's not going to be wrong.
That neck fat man.
But the Thunder were able to protect themselves long term here from being.
His motherfucking chin looked like a pimple on that motherfucker, boy. That neck fat as hell.
Like this, people are scratching their memory banks. They're going back 5, 6, 8 years. It's really not something we've seen in a really long time. I think we're going to be talking about this trade for months, years to come.
You know, Ramona, we came into the night saying, hey, the big story is 1201 free agency starts, right?
Oh, man.
Blown out of the water right now, but there is a guy who isn't a max guy, but he's a guy that can help out a lot of teams.
It was Victor Oladipo. And
seconds after midnight, he's going to be with the San Antonio
it was Victor Oladipo and it was Sabonis.
Going to be involved there as well. A few other teams in the Western Conference. Of course, everybody in the West is doing business now. Ramona, what else are you hearing about Andre Iguodala?
Well,
oh yeah, Andre Iguodala meeting with the Spurs, y'all.
Stays in Golden State, and all of these meetings are just him considering his options and making sure that Golden State pays him what he is worth. I mean, he's obviously been a key part of that team for a number of years here, Finals MVP, and he'll take a look and he'll make sure that he gets paid here. And this really is all about how much the Warriors are willing to go into this luxury tech. This is
Andre Iguodala.
We're gonna have this storyline every single year that this group is together, that this super team is together, and it comes down to how much Joe Lacob and that ownership group is willing to spend.
Shoving McDonald's in his chin.
Got a new arena on the way. Andre
Hamburglar.
He's a very smart guy. He understands Silicon Valley, and he says, "Okay, you got money coming in. I want money coming in as well."
Hey, put the turkeys up there.
Coming to him, Brian, is John
say Sabonis trash.
It's rare that a 5-year, $210 million deal is not big news. But John Wall is seeking an extension. I guess 4 years, 170.
4 years, 170 over 4 years. God damn.
To extend him at that
shit.
Yeah, we've got a new word in the NBA. It's called the Supermax.
Yeah, that's the Supermax. Shit.
Here in the next,
over 4 years.
And here we have a Supermax.
Drummond getting his over 5.
Washington Wizards.
Over his little 121.
Send him out if he chooses to take it until 2023. That's the kind of length that we're talking about at this point. And so, as you can imagine,
until 2023.
John's going to be careful about committing himself that long term, and he wants to sit back and think about it and talk about it. This is the difference, Kevin, between Paul George and John Wall.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
Made that All-NBA
you never
team.
beat me one-on-one.
This is the type of offer
ever
that the Pacers could have been giving him tonight, and he could have been locking this in. Instead, it was John Wall that got the slot at the guards position on the third-team All-NBA, and so now it's the Wizards doing it. So I have been told by sources that John is not necessarily basing this decision on what the Wizards will this summer. That said, now is when they're making an offer.
Sounds good on the internet.
And making a compelling offer to Bojan Bogdanovic, who was a key midseason pickup for them. Would be good to show John Wall they were serious about competing.
You shoot 70% from three?
If I'm John Wall, I'm sitting there saying the East is ripe for the taking. Come on, Wizards.
Oh, you shoot 70% from three?
We can make a run at the Cavs.
What, 3 feet away from the rim? That's what you mean? You shoot 70% from 3 feet away from the rim?
You mentioned the Bulls, and obviously Minnesota, some people would say, stole Jimmy Butler away from them in the deal on draft night.
Oh,
Minnesota was involved in another deal today where they trade Ricky Rubio to the Utah Jazz. It's a move where, for Minnesota, it frees up cap space. They get a first-round pick in return. Funny enough, Oklahoma City's first-round pick from the
What's fake?
Ago. And so it allows Minnesota the flexibility to go get a free agent. It also gives Utah a starting point guard. But Brian, it's not necessarily the fit that all the big stars in Utah that are under contract, namely Rudy Gobert, is reportedly in love with. How about this deal?
Well, this is one of these domino effect deals. Let's go both ways. In Minnesota, it clears $33 million in salary cap space that they are now going to spend. And we believe it is going to be on free agent point guard Jeff Teague, who will leave the Indiana Pacers. Unless the Pacers come back over the top tonight.
Yep, Rubio to the Jazz, man.
Is lined up to go to Minnesota on a wealthy new deal to replace Ricky Rubio with terms that still allow the Wolves to be aggressive in other free agent moves. It gives the Utah Jazz cost certainty with their point guard. They know that they've got Ricky Rubio at $14 million next year. They don't have to get into bidding for George Hill. Now, the reason that's important, as I said, domino effect.
He might.
They would really
we'll see, man, who available.
They're young.
But, you know, a lot of these teams is already trying to overpay for average-ass point guards, man. So we'll see.
So by moving away from George Hill and locking into cost certainty with Rubio, it gives them the opportunity to keep Joe Ingles. Why is that important? So that when
you trying to pay Jeff Teague shit some money, what the why the fuck, dude? Before Jeff Teague came, he was known not to be shit in the playoffs. Then last year in the playoffs, this past season, he wasn't shit in the playoffs again. Why the fuck are you offering him money? When this team's gonna learn, bro? He's a great regular season guy.
And I think he's gonna be. And if we take that to the bank, we'd be very happy.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons to be happy, and the good news there is that sort of simmers down.
Yeah, I know,
Zombie. International incident that we had possibly had on our hands between Spain and France there, between Gobert and Ricky Rubio. Ramona Shelburne, Kyle Lowry is another guy who could really help a lot of teams that could potentially be there for the taking.
PG-13 about to eat, yeah.
When Ricky Rubio goes to Utah, what does that do to the point guard market in Minnesota? Kyle Lowry's name came up there, but we're all here.
Man, you know what? I wish I can do something for the fucking Pistons organization, because they selection of stuff is just garbage, man.
That obviously locks up
that garbage ass radio station, that garbage ass YouTube channel that they got. Oh my God, I hate the Pistons YouTube channel. It's so corny and cheese ballish, man. They don't never show shit on there. They got the dumbest shows.
Now teams can see where everybody else is slotting in. The other guy you want to watch though is Derek.
Oh my God, man.
New York and San Antonio.
Mike Vellini, man. I'm telling you, if I ever see that motherfucker on the street, dog, I'm gonna knock that gel right out his motherfucking head.
At 9:01, Derrick Rose is also also.
Oh man, dog. Grant Long be fried, bro.
He's not going to the West. Kyle Lowry.
On there with.
That's what it's looking like right now.
This motherfucker, Grant Long. Grant Long, about 56 years old with braces in his mouth, man. What the fuck what is you doing, man?
Windhorse, we know we have not heard the last from you tonight. Thanks so much for the insight.
Yeah, everything, man. All the Piston shit is corny, bro. Corny. I'm like, dog, who was in charge of y'all social media?
Boxing the main event. Oscar Negrete and Sergio Frias squaring off for those looking to check in on boxing. But we continue our NBA coverage. It's now welcome in Tim Legler live here on SportsCenter. Tim, what's your reaction to Paul George traded to Oklahoma City?
Well, Doug, it's pretty stunning. It wasn't a team that...
Man, is it me or do this motherfucker look like a cop, man?
Paul George could end up. You hadn't really heard
he looked like that bitch-ass cop, man. That one cop that just do the most ignorant-ass shit to people.
That's all it took to get him.
It was a cop that looked like this motherfucker in my high school.
Had a better deal, apparently. They could have gotten from Boston, where they could have gotten a couple of starters.
Hey, he do, man. He do.
Unless you absolutely are in love with him.
I can just see him in a cop uniform right now.
And I just didn't fall in love with him over the course of the year. I thought he started out promising.
Just trying to beat your ass.
Struggle with his confidence. He's going to have some issues in this league of playing the 4 spot, the way the game is played and the way it's spread out. So
man.
Potential there.
I've been on the force for 23 years looking at it.
He was exposed a little bit in Oklahoma City because they thought they were getting a guy that could go generate his own offense to help take some of the pressure off of Russell Westbrook. And what you really saw was most of the season when Russell Westbrook was off the floor and they tried to run their offense through Victor Oladipo, he wasn't able to really sustain anything offensively. And more often than not, Russell Westbrook was coming back into a situation that was far worse than when he left.
Rubio went to the Jazz.
To me, and I think both of those guys, a little bit of a head scratcher, that's all it took to get Paul George. Now, you look at the situation in Oklahoma City, the big question is, are they going to be able to sign him to a long-term contract? And are they going to want to do that? I think what they're going to do in the meantime is, as everybody's saying, they're going to rank him until the trading deadline. They're going to see if this works out. Can he play with Russell Westbrook? What else do they do to add to their team that maybe makes them a legitimate contender in the Western Conference?
Are you a bandwagon fan? I didn't know you can be a bandwagon OKC fan.
Russell Westbrook aren't compatible on the court. Maybe Paul George just isn't happy there. He indicates to them he really doesn't see himself signing a long-term contract there. They could turn then and trade Paul George, and I have a feeling they're going to get back more than Indiana got when they got rid of him in the first place. So, to me, it's a no-brainer if Oklahoma City could make this move.
Oh, man.
They're certainly much closer to the top, much more exciting situation there. And now we have to see how it plays out. If it looks like it's something that can fit and Paul George enjoys it, and they actually are contenders, maybe he does sign a long-term deal there. And if
they
not,
need more than that. They need more than Paul George.
Organization after getting rid of a contract in Oladipo that they probably weren't all that happy with.
I don't want to say your name wrong, man. Is it Harjot?
That's part of your future. So I just think they did a phenomenal job. Give them credit. I think their front office has been phenomenal over the years, and they pulled off another incredible move tonight.
Well, let's talk about how it fits on the court. Golden State Warriors made it work with a bunch of guys used to taking the big shots down the stretch. Miami made it work when LeBron was there and currently in Cleveland. How does Oklahoma City make it work with Paul George and Russell Westbrook?
I think it fits. I really do, because Paul George is a very good catch-and-shoot player. Paul George...
Yeah, LeBron throwing a party right now.
A three-point shooter playing off the ball. And obviously, if you play alongside Russell Westbrook, you're going to be off the ball.
Man, Zach Randolph better not go to the fucking Cavs. He can bring his ass home before he do that.
So clearly he can do that. I think the other thing it gives them, he likes to play up and down.
Zach Randolph can bring his ass home.
So you have a guy
before he do that shit.
Can keep up with the pace.
Shit, get rid of John Lewis, bitch ass.
So he's going to fit in offensively there as well. But the most important part of this for Oklahoma City is now when you stagger their minutes, and Russell Westbrook plays 35 minutes a game, and they were very committed to not altering that this year. And I give them a lot of credit for that, because they probably could have had 5 more wins if they upped that to 38 to 40 minutes. There's definitely games in there they let get away because they were
okay, Ricardo, we get the point, man.
Well, now, those other 13 minutes he's not on the court, Paul George will be. And Paul George is a guy now that can dominate your offense, continue to let it flow. You have a go-to player, so Russell Westbrook doesn't have to use up all this energy just to keep their head above water.
I'm straight on McLemore, Chief.
A cup of Gatorade, and he comes back and they're down 10.
McLemore is who everybody wanted over KCP. And McLemore turned out to not be shit.
He just has help. It's like cavalry coming to town. He's got another player.
Man, shit, McLemore is fucking whack.
Great things with. So I'm excited about it, and I do think it can fit.
Yeah, there was that one game in the playoffs against Houston where
he is terrible, man.
Houston took control of the game, and I believe it was game 2, if I remember correctly. But Westbrook
the epitome of ass cracking.
24 shots per game last year. Some would argue.
Yep, Jeff Teague expected to sign with the Minnesota Timberwolves. 3 years. $55 million.
Russell Westbrook will now have a new shooter in the rotation. Only 2 players, Klay Thompson and Dirk, averaged more catch-and-shoot points per game last season than...
He had to take 3 years, $55 million, man, because he disappeared in the playoffs.
Stephen A., what was it, this time last year we were saying, boy, poor Oklahoma City, they lose a mega...
Yeah. At 12:01, he gonna sign his contract to the Timberwolves. As soon as 12:01 hit, they gonna go knock on his door.
Credible general manager in Sam Presti. He's gonna prepare for the future.
Man, T got game during the regular season, bro. In the playoffs, he is garbage.
Paul George decides to leave, then you're talking about Oklahoma City rebuilding and positioning themselves to do that. In the case of the Indiana Pacers, you want to guard an Oladipo who's no scrub, who can play, who's capable of averaging 18 to 20 a night. And so you look at it from that standpoint, along with the young promising prospect, that's a bonus appears to be. And
this dude, man, hairline is just...
But ultimately, you would expect more from
Stephen A. Smith look like he stuck his finger in a socket. Fucking hairline is fried. Middle of his damn head.
Because since everybody knew that he was going to leave after this year, Indiana was forced to have to make something happen now, as opposed to waiting until the NBA's trading deadline or even until next summer for something to transpire.
Yeah, J.J. Redick is just a shooter, and that's it.
And I guess
that is it.
The best they could do.
Stephen A., Golden State, obviously still the top dog in all the NBA, depending on what happens with their conversation with
Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith got a black mullet.
Houston already has. Where does this move put Oklahoma City now in the West?
Oh, man.
I think it still puts them somewhere between the fourth and the fifth spot.
Boy.
Within the Western Conference.
Man, stuck a butter knife in a toaster ass motherfucker, boy.
Playoffs within the Western Conference. Again, if they're a fifth seed, they're playing a fourth seed. Anything could happen at that particular moment in time. But that's really...
You don't get your ludicrous in 10 years looking ass out of here, man.
Just because they have Russell Westbrook and Paul George. I think it's going to take a hell of a lot more than that to beat a San Antonio, to beat a Golden State.
Oh, man, that's how ludicrous going to look on Fast 27.
Again, you got Houston with James Harden and CP3.
Fast and Furious 27, that's what he going to look like.
Happened with Cleveland. So you have to take that into consideration. And then from there, you're talking about Oklahoma City and a bunch of other squads fighting for the fourth seed and beyond. So, you know, at the very best, I think this helps advance them maybe an additional round, but that's about all.
You wonder now, boy, if Carmelo Anthony now doesn't have Oklahoma City on his radar, a potential buyout in New York, we shall see.
Bro, that thin-ass goatee.
We know Russell Westbrook played alongside a superstar for the first, what, 5,
Why
6,
won't
7
Stephen
years
A. just get use Beijing, man. Get some Beijing.
Meshing with a player like Paul George, one of the better two-way players in the NBA.
Well, he's one of the better two-way players in the NBA, but certainly he's not in the same stratosphere as Kevin Durant.
All right, let's hit Twitter, man, to see what they saying out here.
He's a terrific player. He's an all-star, but Kevin Durant is a superstar. There is just no denying that. Plus, he's 6'11" with a 7'6" wingspan.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook is winning. Triple-double record, check.
That only somebody like a LeBron James.
Welcome his first child, check.
So I don't compare.
Won the MVP, check.
To
got Paul George,
the other thing
check.
Is that Paul George is a relatively mild-mannered individual like Kevin Durant is. So Russell Westbrook is still that alpha male. He's not going to be playing with somebody that'll get in his face and demand a certain level of excellence.
See, he understands what I'm talking about. I just said that to y'all at the beginning of this video. Russell Westbrook is an alpha, bro. He is not taking the back seat to nobody. They both alphas. So it's going to be hard, man.
Sensational as he is, and Paul George doesn't have.
I don't know, Anthony, man. I don't know, bro. I don't even know who is available left out there. That's formidable.
End up being a one-year rental. So yeah, he might fight and he might want the ball, and Russell Westbrook's going to do what he can to get him involved and do the right things because Russell Westbrook is a great teammate. The flip side to it, however, is that if you're Paul George, are you going to prioritize the level of urgency that needs to get attached to a situation if you got to get in his face?
Bro, man. Dude, Zebo better not go to the Cavs, man. Come on, bro. You from the D, man. I know you better not go to the fucking Cavs.
You just never know.
We don't fuck with Ohio like that.
They are better. They do have more talent. You still got Steven Adams.
Tony Allen, man, that motherfucker 60 years old. And he can't shoot. He cannot shoot. In order, man, Stan Van Gundy is not trying to add to the problem.
What it does do, Stephen A., and this is a bigger picture question, what it does do is it adds another team into the mix of a very small group of teams that have mega stars on the same squad. Big picture for the NBA are these.
Yeah, we seen it that he signed back with the Clippers for 173.
Two potential first-team All-NBA players on the team.
Yeah, Zebo, man, shit, hell yeah, he from here, man.
Right now, these mega stars on a
oh my God, man, I'd have been to about 2 or 3 of his games when he was in high school.
I'm a fan of it because I'd rather see them all competing against one another.
Playing against Osborne.
Forces, let's be clear. But the flip side to
yes.
what makes this incredibly beneficial.
Zach Randolph is from the east side of Detroit.
And other places is that Oklahoma City is clearly a small market team.
Eddie Winslow.
Oh. It just shows that their management is doing a better job.
Hey, he do look like Eddie Winslow. Oh my God, man.
Been doing the fact that Sam Presti was able to get his hand on Paul George. We were talking about Boston trying to get Paul George. We alluded to San Antonio trying to get Paul George. Houston was in the mix to get Paul George. All for one-year rentals, and obviously Cleveland. But it's Oklahoma City that appears to have ended up pulling off this heist. So when you look at it from that perspective, the fact that a small market team like that is able to get their hands on a Russell Westbrook while you're also going out and getting a...
Oh, you went to Northwestern?
Shows that maybe
man, that's my pop's, that's his school, man. He went to Northwestern.
Together, rather, maybe it's about management.
Shit, I got about 3 high schools.
The fact that some of them do their jobs very, very well.
I went to Radford, skipped school at Henry Ford, and then ended up getting transferred to the east side to Frederick Douglass.
Who clearly try to do their job.
But I'm a Husky to the core.
Yeah, Sam Presti gets it. And as you pointed out, the ripple effects throughout the league ought to be interesting to see how this affects teams like Boston, you mentioned there. Stephen A. Smith, great insight. Thanks for joining us tonight. Well, it's a deal that went down and really just...
Yeah, from the east side, man.
The cover off of the NBA free agency talk, the big trade, Indiana sending Paul George to Oklahoma City, forming 2 megastars there in Oklahoma City again. Russell Westbrook and Paul George.
Yeah, the big
what up, Jeff, man?
Potential move was Blake Griffin at age 28. We thought maybe he could go on elsewhere. He's re-signing with the Clippers.
Anthony Bennett. What about Anthony Bennett, man? The Cavs with that stupid ass pick.
We are standing by nearly an hour to go.
I wanted to kill fucking the Cavs that year.
Yeah, really. Speaking of LA, that's Alex Wood. He's on the mound for the Dodgers tonight. You know what? And he was apparently...
Yeah, they probably going to stand pat because I'm looking through the free agency.
Andy Green, rather.
See who's still available, man.
Dodgers manager, get into it. There's
I don't know who if the Pistons do get somebody, it'll probably be some type of vet that can shoot or something like that. It really ain't shit out here like that, bro. The big players are already gone. Paul George, Blake Griffin, gone already. The rest of these guys is just role players to me.
Roberts is 45.
You already know where Hayward going.
He's going to turn 40 next week, so pretty solid.
And that sets the stage for what's coming up next.
My Instagram the same, Chief. All of my stuff, Twitter, Instagram, all of it. Everything came.
For Doug, I'm Kev. Thanks for watching.
This is SportsCenter.
Kroger is re-signing with the Cavs. What? Corver, you mean? Kroger. If he do re-sign with the Cavs, they ain't getting no damn where next year. They need to get rid of all them old-ass motherfuckers they got, boy. Especially Darren Williams. That motherfucker is terrible. 1 hour until free agency.
And it is Paul George being traded not to Boston, not to LA, not to Cleveland,
but to Oklahoma.
Walmart re-signed with the Warriors for sure. That's my franchise, man, you know.
He's one of the best minds in the league.
Shit, I can transfer then.
Victor Oladipo, Domantas Sabonis head to Indiana.
Yeah, man, Stanley Johnson had the sophomore season. You already know what you already know what the sophomore season brings, bro. Struggles. Everybody goes through the sophomore slump.
Well,
I don't know why people thought Stanley was gonna get past it, bro. He came out of it though. Towards the last quarter of the season, he came out of it finally though. So that was a good sign. But yeah, that sophomore slump ain't no joke, dude.
Good deal in the East, and they did. Now, our Jeff Goodman reported that at the draft, Boston offered 3 first-round picks for Paul George. I can tell you that back in February,
these motherfuckers get paid all of this money, bro, just to use cheats. Just to use cheats.
Was a lottery pick. Boston was not willing to include the Nets pick that they
give me a phone with Twitter and people text message me giving me tips and make me look like I'm important on TV, like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. These dudes don't know shit, man.
Victor Oladipo going into his 5th season.
Who you think we gonna trade for? Ah, man, bro. Like I said, I don't know, man. I don't think we gonna make no. The Pistons probably gonna end up staying pat, man. I wouldn't be surprised.
They recognize that he is a rental.
Because I'm looking through this and this is just trash. It's not really nobody out there. If y'all can go look on the free agency thing and see somebody you might like, maybe okay. But, bro, I don't see no formidable ass fucking players that's going to come here. All the big names is gone, bro. Melo is going to the Rockets. I keep telling y'all that. Watch. Watch.
He lost his ability to do that in the trade.
Don't believe me, just watch.
To clear off salary cap.
Lowry, hell no. Hell no.
And they lose him. They still
no. Bro, you talking about Houdini in the playoffs as Lowry? Disappearing act as Lowry.
Reward high risk trade.
Hell no, man. That motherfucker, man. Every year in the playoffs, this motherfucker goes bye-bye.
Probably the most stunning trade, guys, that I've seen since the Thunder traded James Harden to the Rockets back in 2012. So
it's the worst all-star,
really,
damn.
You know, not seen anything like this in a long time, and I expect this to be
he gonna play, but he go bye-bye in the playoffs too. Why you think they keep getting booted every fucking year?
And Paul George leave the East in the last
week, man, every year in the playoffs, bro.
Control of the Cleveland Cavaliers and Boston Celtics, who wanted to make a bid for George and Jimmy Butler.
Injury prone and trash, yes.
So they missed a chance.
Great regular season ass player. He good for the statisticians out there. You know, there's a lot of statisticians out there. Oh, well, he averaged this and that. And I don't give a fuck about that, bro. Fuck averages and fuck numbers. Fuck that. What do you, when the lights come on in the playoffs?
With Gordon Hayward as a free agent. Like this, do any of the moves that have happened tonight change the way other teams do business as it relates to getting better right now?
Lowry equals Bledsoe. Another unhealthy ass player.
Meeting with Gordon Hayward tomorrow. When they come to the table, they're going to be able to say,
man, shit, Harrison Barnes ain't going no damn way.
We have an opportunity, if you come to us, to build a team that could compete with the Cavs immediately. I'm sure the Boston Celtics will sell the same thing. And the Jazz just got a new competitor in the Western Conference. It's just so remarkable how loaded up the Western Conference is now becoming. And it really, if you're
they are, man. They the two biggest chokers. That's why I'm not paying no attention to their little contract shit that's going on.
Do you want to compete with all these guys?
Some more whole hum ass players that they love the regular season like a motherfucker, boy.
It's stunning. There was some feeling this afternoon amongst NBA executives that the
Zombie, man. I am not hooping against you, bro.
Agency to maximize their leverage, but nobody saw the Thunder being.
Hey, I like Seth Curry, man. I definitely like Seth Curry. I was hoping that Stan Van Gundy would have got Seth Curry.
Loaded in the Western Conference. Brian Windhorst, many thanks.
Oh, boy.
And to further what Brian was talking about,
I want you to keep your ankles, man.
ESPN's NBA rank, 14 players. Of those, only LeBron is now in the Eastern Conference following the Jimmy Butler and now Paul George.
Bro, I can't wait to football season, my. I can't wait.
There's a migration out west. The West was already loaded.
Oh, I can't. Oh, okay.
Sports Center. So PJ, we haven't really got the Thunder in the mix the last couple of weeks. But here they make this trade. What's your reaction?
Great trade.
If he trade Drummond for Porzingis, I probably will still be kind of. I don't know how to feel about that because Porzingis is not a center. If you ask me, Porzingis is a fucking power forward.
with Russell, okay, fine.
Porzingis is he's a power forward, man. So if he traded him for Drummond, it'd be like, okay, who the fuck gonna play center? Because Porzingis ain't winning you no games at center. He can play power forward though. It's the same thing with Anthony Davis to me. Anthony Davis still is not no fucking center to me. He's a power forward.
It looks like they're going to be
Karl Anthony Towns, power forward.
Write some checks. That's fine, but they have a chance to re-sign him.
You ain't starting Boban, bro.
One of the elite players in the league.
Boban ain't playing that many minutes. His stamina is not that long. That's the only down thing about
good young players. Now Paul George.
Boban. Boban cannot play those long amounts of minutes. He's perfectly built for the bench.
Paul went down when we were in Vegas that summer in the broken leg. But still, I think it's a great
man. Y'all swear y'all can hoop, man. Y'all cannot hoop, bro. I'm not going to let nobody named Zombie or Jeffrey beat me on the goddamn basketball court.
Essentially what they just did with these staggered years for each player. Let's talk about how they could fit on the court.
You two.
Some skepticism of Russell Westbrook playing.
As a matter of fact, I'll play against both of y'all together.
You know what it's like. You've coached against Russell Westbrook. How can they work together on the court?
This guy ain't just on YouTube talking shit for no reason.
The obvious comparison to me is Houston, CP3,
James Johnson.
They both need to have the ball. Paul George doesn't need to have the ball. He is gifted with the ball. Can he play with the ball? Can he beat people off the dribble like he's doing right while he takes the step back jump shot? Of course he can, but he's fine coming off.
Don't even know you like that, cuz. Bye-bye. I don't fucking play with kids like that.
Point before when you had legs on. What it really addresses are the minutes when Russell is not on the floor. When you have two superstars. We saw this in the playoffs, and it was unbelievable.
You like Kyrie? If you like Kyrie, I definitely want to play you. Because you don't play no goddamn defense. So if you like Kyrie,
George can carry the team.
That's great. I'm going to post your ass up all fucking day.
They also increased the defense significantly. Paul George is an elite defender. I mean, he came into the league with his rep as a defender. He's become an all-around player. He's more of an offensive player right now, but he still increases their defense. And boy, you and I, we're off camera here, writing down the names of all the players.
Oh, bro.
You better have some elite defenders on the wings.
Okay, Zombie.
Because it's loaded out there right now.
All right, well, come on, goddammit. I'll roll the rim out to the back of the building, whoop your ass, take you back inside, then give you a discount on whatever the fuck you want. Just because I feel sorry for you.
On a championship team.
No,
bring your ass on.
Keeps the guys they have. Absolutely not. They can be the two best if there's another super.
They get a third.
That close.
Right, like a Kevin Love type.
No question. But they need a third. I mean, these other teams are just
bro. Hey, he said this motherfucker gonna die on national television, bro. He do look old as shit though.
Right.
That's fucked up to say.
Iguodala, get weakened a little bit defensively, and a lot of
guys emerge. A couple of years ago, we wouldn't have said Draymond Green was one of the elite players in the league. Well, he's become one of the elite players in the league. Part of that is who he's playing. For Paul and Russell to be there. Hey,
I'm telling you, better tell him, John, man.
Now they've got two.
I was going to say, before you have a big three, you need a big two. And we had Royce Young here just a little bit ago saying the Thunder aren't done. Maybe Rudy Gay. You
said, do we have Ish? What you mean? Yeah, we still got Ish
in the lineup, but a lot of moving parts. And free agency hasn't even started.
Yeah, that's Coach on TV.
Almost 51 minutes.
That's PJ Carlesimo with us here live on SportsCenter.
When did I start watching the NBA? As farthest back I can remember is around.
From like, that might be quiet tonight too.
I probably is about like
how in the world
5 or 6.
We hadn't
so
heard about them at
that probably was. I started watching basketball when the Bad Boys won their second title. The first time, I don't realize that's cloudy. But the second time is when I knew what was going on.
That's what he likes to do.
So when the Bad Boys won their second title.
He possibly can. You know, I was told a couple weeks ago when I was reporting on the draft and everything that the Thunder were pursuing Paul George, but a lot of people felt like it was a long shot. They were pursuing a number of different players. Jimmy Butler maybe trying to get involved in maybe Kevin Love.
Y'all swear, man. Y'all swear.
Superstar with Russell Westbrook from the moment
Nah, the Thunder ain't contenders yet.
Whatever player that came available, the Thunder were going to try to pounce on. And Paul George is obviously one of the dream scenarios here. He's,
oh, damn, I done pushed the button. Oh, you don't like Mook, man? You don't like Mook Morris? I like Mook Morris, man.
Rather well with Westbrook, but I was told by somebody that the Thunder actually had this deal kind of in place this morning, and it was kind of on again, off again, trying to hammer out the parameters of it before the hammer finally went down in our remote. The Thunder have been after this thing for a couple of
weeks my God, man. Motherfuckers don't understand how good Dennis Rodman was, man.
Royce, the trade just went down, but what are you hearing about the level of confidence that Sam Presti has in being able to...
Yeah, I know. I know, man.
George in Oklahoma City long term beyond.
Wow is exactly the word. I know. Shit caught me all off guard.
Don't make this trade. Presti doesn't make this deal without at least some level of confidence.
I'm gonna be up. I'm doing a live thing when free agency starts. So, like I said, if I have to jump off of here, I'm for sure I will be back on here when it starts.
He meets an all-world
just so I can start reading off names.
The Thunder invest as much
yeah, they did get fleeced.
Any other team in the league, their training facility is state of the art. The Thunder see it as you bring him in and you give the Thunder.
You started watching with Penny and Shaq, man.
Start the free agency recruitment.
Oh boy, how I missed that era.
The Thunder are well aware of the fact.
Like I said, I done been through 3 eras, dude. Three different eras.
And Paul George wants to play in Los Angeles, wants to play in LA. As I got a text from
I'd have been through the Bad Boy Pistons era, the second Bad Boy Pistons era, the 2004 Pistons. Now I'm in this damn Rudy Poo ass fucking era. That's why I don't like this era so much, man, because I'm so used to watching good basketball. This no defense shit right here, this shit just drive me crazy, bro. Nobody want to play defense no more.
Is a player you want to play with, and this is somewhere you can contend.
Anytime you can put up 84 points in the first half in the finals, something wrong with the game, bro. Something is broken, and that is defense.
This time last year, it was a fan base that was just devastated. I mean, the Thunder are the only show in town. Oklahoma football is a big deal, but the Thunder are the only pro show in town. They have, it is a college atmosphere. I need not tell you in how they embrace that team.
Hell, fuck yeah.
Do you have any sort of a sense as to what the community, the reaction is?
I got to see Jordan's entire championship run.
This is the championship for Oklahoma City. This is what.
Yeah, the NBA ain't shit no more, man. That's why people, bro. Why is free agency more exciting than the fucking playoffs just was, bro? The playoffs was trash.
Oklahoma City are fired up about this deal because, like you said, a year ago this time.
Oh my God, man, Spud Webb. Oh my God.
They had no idea what would happen. Durant walks away. It feels like the franchise is about to burn to the ground. Westbrook signs an extension. There's a moment there of joy and excitement and a future in place.
I mean, but shit, you know, like I said, a lot of people, especially people, you know, that's in the younger groups, they think Steph Curry was the first one doing that. Steph Curry ain't the first one that was shooting from 40, bro.
Very excited.
I mean, shit, we did have a guy named Gilbert Arenas, you know what I mean, that was doing that shit like nothing. This motherfucker was turning around, walking up the court before the shot went in. Just like Steph Curry trying to do now, like he doing now. It was players before Curry that did shit like that.
Extremely high, especially on Domantas Sabonis. A young 20-year-old. He had an up-and-down rocky rookie season at different times. Started most of the year.
Hey, you can play defense. These motherfuckers just don't want to play defense, man. They too pretty.
Gibson was acquired at the trade deadline.
Jimmy Fredette.
Extremely high on Sabonis.
They just thought he was just going to be the next Larry Bird or something coming in the league.
Was a fit both culturally and on the floor. Fit really well.
You know what? The first time I got hip to who Curry was
when he was acquired on draft.
When Brandon Jennings came in as a rookie and dropped 55 on him and made him fall. That's who I found out who Steph Curry was.
They had been dealing with.
That's what I found out who Steph Curry was. This young little kid that can shoot the ball and play no defense. That's who I found out who he was.
Starter alongside Westbrook, and while Oladipo shot the ball well and was a good shooting guard next to Westbrook. He really did.
I'll never forget that game, man. Brandon Jennings.
Oladipo and Westbrook had
barbecue chicken.
They often worked out together. Spent a long time in Los Angeles working out before the season.
Went the fuck off.
Really
is what he did
because it wasn't the role the Thunder had envisioned for Oladipo. And then they obviously signed him to a big contract extension last September.
Bro, neither one of them played defense. What the fuck you talking about?
Because as I was told then, that they wanted to have.
Oh man, when Jennings was healthy, oh my God, man.
Your usage rate is
boy.
Royce Young. He's our Thunder reporter for
ESPN. Oh my God, man. Him and Drummond had some chemistry going. The team had swagger. And then all of a sudden, his motherfucking Achilles playing on that bum ass Milwaukee's Bucks court, man. They've been having problems with that court since they built that fucking arena, man.
$70 million. That's according to ESPN's Brian Windhorst. That is the super.
Bro, oh my God, man.
DC until 2023. Wall's going to sit down and discuss the offer, mull it over.
He said it's false, not false.
To Utah.
Oh,
man. Making about $14 million per for a couple seasons. He's out of Dodge, so now
I don't see where he'll find playing time, man. Because I honestly think if he did come to the Pistons, I honestly think he still can beat out Ish Smith for his minutes. Honestly, because when I was watching him with Washington, I seen how he was playing with Washington, but Washington don't got the same type of players that we had, so it kind of don't work with Washington. You ain't just running throwing shit off the glass to fucking marching Gortat. Shit don't work like that. That's for Drummond, bro.
Like I said, a former
Stan Van Gundy didn't want to have to let him go, but he had to, man. Because it take 2 years to come back from Achilles, bro. It takes 2 seasons to come back from Achilles.
5-year contract for $173 million. On top of that, he cancels meetings with the Suns and Nuggets. So
yeah, I know, man. He ain't, man. He still got time.
Blake in LA.
And you talking about swag, man? Shit. Man, the Pistons had an identity finally. And then his Achilles happened. Pistons and shit end up making the playoffs next season. They have an identity. They played the Cavs the best out of all the teams in the playoffs. Then what happened? Next season, Reggie Jackson got an injury. Ugly ass Zaza Pachulia. Fucked up KCP shoulder. Shit like that, man. Just roadblocks, man. Fucking roadblocks. And that wasn't no fucking dunk, man. He threw the ball. Shit ain't no dunk. I hate when they do that shit on TV. Bro, Brandon Jennings was going the fuck off, man. Going off. Yeah, like I said, the Timberwolves won that trade. No, he's strengthening his knee right now. He's healthy right now, but he's overdriving. He's trying to he's making sure that his knee is right. He's not even doing basketball activities right now. He's doing all knee strengthening exercises and shit right now.
I'm always gonna, attack and do the things I've been.
I can't stand Zaza, man. I want the bro. KCP was shooting 41. He was shooting 41% from 3, bro. And then here this motherfucker, ugly ass Rocky Balboa after the fight looking ass motherfucker. Gonna do that dirty shit and injure his shoulder. Yeah, he looked like Rocky after the fight.
With Indiana, and how about this tweet by the Oklahoma City Police? Thanks for the tweets reporting the theft of Paul George by the Thunder. Our investigative findings totally legal and very savvy.
Ooh, who knew the Oklahoma City Police had that kind of sense of humor?
So yeah, it's not just teen social.
Who's better at defense than Dennis Rodman? Ben Wallace.
Bring in Tim Legler.
Well, that's kind of, I don't know. That's a tie. I don't know, man. No, I can't say that. That's a tie for me. For me, it's a tie.
The team getting it out, but a lot of people having fun.
Hey,
Ayers tweeting.
Again, I don't know if you haven't been there. The people in Oklahoma City have embraced that team.
Yeah, they said he committed suicide now.
So
At first they just said he died, but now they saying he committed suicide.
They keep Westbrook get behind his
Oh, Gayweather and McGayer. Yeah, man, they about to jip all of y'all that's in here that's gonna pay for that damn fight. They about to just jip all of y'all. Y'all about to watch a bunch of running and sissified stuff, and they about to take all of y'all money. Hell yeah, Ben Wallace underrated. One of the guys that was working on the Pistons' new arena, they said he committed suicide, man. They said they thought he failed, but they said now they think he committed suicide.
You hadn't really heard Oklahoma City even get into the mix in discussing a deal that would bring him in. And having said that, now that the deal is finished, I'm really surprised. That
7-2 with the fro,
That's really surprising me because I think Indiana had a better deal, apparently, that they could have gotten from Boston, where they could have gotten a couple of starters and picks.
Man, for years he been finessing the hell out of people. Ain't no way I'd spend a dime watching fucking Floyd Gayweather, man. Motherfuckers, everything is garbage in this fucking time right now. Everything is garbage. The NBA is just whack, man. Boxing, garbage. Well, it's coming back, though. You know, with Joshua and Wilder, man, they bringing boxing back finally, because boxing been dead for so long.
To help take some of the pressure off of Russell Westbrook. And what you really saw was most of the season when Russell Westbrook was off the floor and they tried to run their offense through Victor Oladipo, he wasn't able to really sustain anything offensively. And more often than not, Russell Westbrook was coming back into a situation.
To me, money ain't the cure for all things, man. He's garbage to me. I'm knocking the hustle. He's terrible. He's a waste of fucking breath.
Now, you look at the situation in Oklahoma City. The big question is, are they going to be able to sign him?
Yeah, man. I wish people would stop paying for that stuff, man.
I think what they're going to do in the meantime is
they sheep, man. They just sheep. People are sheep.
What else do they do to add to their team that maybe makes them a legitimate contender in the Western Conference?
Bro.
For whatever reason, they get into mid-late.
Oh my God, man! Why 50 Cent do him like that, man? I knew he couldn't read, but 50 Cent, man, oh my God, he destroyed him about that, man. He said, if you can read 2 pages from a Cat in a Hat book, I said, wow.
In the first place, so to me, it's a no-brainer if Oklahoma City could make this move. They're certainly much closer to the top, much more exciting situation there. And now we have to see how it plays out. If it looks like it's something that can fit, Paul George enjoys it, and they actually are contenders, maybe he does sign a long-term deal there. And if not, use him as an asset to reload your organization.
All right, y'all, give me a minute. I'll be back on here in a minute, man. Y'all be ready.